Why are you gaining weight when working out? Learn today why you're gaining weight yet working out. First reason, eat less, work out more. The problem with this advice, while eating less or moving more will allow you to lose weight, and dieting, training are the optimal way to go about this, there's danger with taking a more is better approach. The danger occurs when you go to extreme ends to both to get your goal. Cutting back on your daily calorie intake doesn't mean slashing out all the way until you're at 500 calories a day. And of course, we know by now that weight training for hours daily without sufficient time between workouts puts you down the path to consistently high cortisol, impaired recovery. Unfortunately, it's quite common for folks to use train more, eat less formula for such long periods it stops working. This is known as the plateau. The plateau occurs because your body has smartly adapted to what we're forcing upon it. In times of high stress and low calorie intake, your body will preserve whatever precious nutrients it reserves in order to carry out daily function. While your body has to focus on preserving itself and surviving, it cannot shift itself to optimal fat-burning environment. There definitely is a point in which calorie intake is too low for weight loss. Yikes. So what do you do when you hit a plateau? Cut more calories? By how much? And with exercise, if we're already doing weights and an hour of cardio, should we do more cardio? More weights? What? So many questions. Let's dive in and discuss. We'll start with determining your proper intake. First, I actually don't feel that most people need to count or establish a daily calorie number. Counting calories is a fairly advanced process, and unless you're 15% body fat looking to cut 10%, it may not be entirely necessary. Most folks looking to lose 15, 20 or more pounds will do best with establishing healthy habits first before any such counting. Learning to prepare fresh meals at home, reading nutrition labels properly to understand the sugar content, and using a handy chart like the one below are great places to start. Breaks it down. Pretty simple, huh? For those who are in need of losing quite a bit of weight, it's going to come down to selecting the highest quality foods in the right amounts. Counting calories when someone has a substantial amount of weight to lose is focusing on details when details don't matter. But for those who like numbers, have some time on their hands, and want to put a stop to this eat less, train more cycle, let's give you a couple action steps to start burning fat again. Get sufficient calories to optimize fat burning. Stop overthinking, take step 1, and test the steps. Searching the internet, you'll find several different ways to go about determining an ideal calorie intake. However, I think for the most part, the range will be pretty similar. When you eat enough, just the right amount, you'll be able to fuel your body for its basic amount functioning. So perform at high level with your activity and still burn excess fat. The single biggest factor determining your weight loss is calorie balance. Macronutrients, amount of carbs, and the timing, it all plays a role, but nothing has greater influence around your fat loss than your total calorie balance, specifically being in a caloric deficit. Formula I prefer to use for clients is one that is effective, simple, and straightforward. For that reason, it makes my most preferred, and by the way, this is another person's client. You had to do calculus if blunt ain't work. Can have good habits, not focus on calories, be a blunt person, lose weight, or you can be the calculus style. Multiply your current body weight by 10 and 12. You can multiply by 10 if you are very sedentary, and 12 if you are more active. So, a sedentary 170-pound individual looking to lose weight who drives to work, punches some digits on a keyboard for 8 hours, and drives home only to catch up on Netflix binge watching probably only needs to take in about 1,700 calories per day. 200-pound recreational gym goer who trains with weights 2 to 3 days a week and spends the rest of his day on his feet walking through school, moving a few boxes, or sitting, meeting will do well on 2,200 calorie plan. The woman across the street throwing the jackhammer around the shoveling pounds of gravel on the wheelbarrow who weighs in at 160 pounds should be consuming 1,920 calories a day, at the least. These are just a few examples, and we don't even need to get started on the breakdown of proteins, carbs, and fat, because ultimately it will come down to having a negative calorie balance. The specific macronutrient convo can be better used. Once the nutrition is dialed in a bit better, we can shift our focus to exercise. Plan action number 2, strength train a few hours per week. Not too much HIIT though. This exercise can act as an appetite enhancer, causing you to eat more. This is why you should never exercise to lose weight. High intensity interval training, HIIT. But the reason exercising to lose weight is such a bad strategy is that exercise also makes you hungrier. It's very common to end up eating even more of the calories you burned during the workout. You actually may gain weight because you're eating more. For example, about 15 minutes of HIIT burns fewer calories than a single soft drink. As the saying goes, it's hard to outrun your mouth. Exercise to be healthy, not to lose weight. Exercise should be part of any healthy lifestyle as long as you're physically able, but do not hit the gym hoping to shed pounds. It doesn't really work that way. Co-owner of Results Fitness and one of the leaders in the industry when it comes to fat loss, results, and experimentation with his clients has a general rule of thumb. Aim for 3 hours per week of metabolic strength training. With Goes Groove, it was found that clients got their best results when they were able to train 3 hours a week of metabolic resistance training. Whether it was 6 30-minute workouts, 4 45-minute routines, or 3 1-hour workouts, the optimal number seemed to be 3 hours with no added benefit coming after that threshold was met. Any less may not work as well to get the fat loss results you're looking for. If you are a lucky individual who has extra time over and above these 3 hours, then you can put more focus on aerobic cardio activities. Exercise like squats, deadlifts, presses, rows, chin-ups, heavy carries, sprints, running or biking, and various core exercises all done in superset, tricep, or circuit fashion will all work well. You burn more calories the faster you move. So between your sets, you should do like 100 jumping jacks. It'll speed up your metabolism. Reps should be kept to a metabolic muscle building target in the 8 to 12 or higher range. Use a sample of a possible circuit. Goblet squat times 10 TX row times 10 single leg glute bridge times 12 elevated feet push-up times 8 side plank times 10. So rest 2 minutes after completing the whole circuit. Repeat for 2 to 4 sets, and you have yourself a dandy of a metabolic resistance training workout for the day. I hope by this point I've shed some light on the reasons why eating too few calories, training too much, not what our biology wants, can have negative effects and slow your progress. You should have a clearer picture on what constitutes a sound nutrition and training program that will give you results lasting for weeks and months. If you're not getting results, you're not spending enough time getting results. The last point I will leave you with is this. If and when you do come across a plateau, don't try and bust out of it by starting with calorie cutting. Everyone wants to slash calories right away, but I want you to be smarter than that. I want you to bump up your calorie deficit with additional exercise first. Find just a little more time in your week, even if it's just an additional 10 minutes each workout to spend on more training. Then if you hit another plateau, you can shave some calories. Always create your deficit by upping exercise first, slash your calories second. Check our vids below, and remember, each one, teach one.